bullying goes beyond beyond mean words and beyond like pushing people, hitting people, beyond the physical. It goes through the emotional, and I think that resonates the most, because if you get bruises, they're gonna fade away. If you get hurt, that's gonna go away. But it's still there. It still changes you, regardless of however much time you've had to heal. It's still gonna be there.
During freshman year, I took the introductory math course that all of us have to take, and I came all excited but also scared because I'm not that good at math, and I thought that I'll probably have a good professor who will help me through, and that was not the case. The professor I had, I'm pretty sure that she had some personal problems with me. I don't know what they are.
When I was in elementary school, if I remember, we used to have a colleague of mine in class. He was like of a weak personality, if you could say. So this guy tried to join or blend in through different groups, but unfortunately people used to like push him back. So once upon a time he came to our group, like we're a group of guys in class. He was like, I wanted to blend in and join your group and stuff. So you can say the group decided that, like, why not? Yeah, we can let him come be with us. But they thought on the other hand, they thought of it like it could be even much more fun if we had like to be this guy or bully him.
In my senior year of high school, a friend of mine had, my only really close friend at that time, had messed up in the sense that she kind of betrayed someone's trust from our grade, and in doing so, the grade kind of just shunned both of us out. They refused to, they weren't very nice to us. They would talk badly behind our backs, and we would hear it. And then if they wouldn't talk behind our backs, they'd talk directly to us really rudely and all of that kind of thing.
As I mentioned before, I was struggling with math. So I went to her office one time to talk to her, to ask her a question about something that I didn't understand before in my notes. So I sat there for about 20 to 30 minutes while she chatted with other students about completely irrelevant things and just talking and smiling and laughing with them. And like some other people would come after me and she'd talk to them and still like just chat about like their lives or whatever. But while I had my notebook and I obviously wanted to ask her something related to the class. So then after everyone left, when I came and sat in front of her, she stopped smiling and she just said, "What do you want?" So I told her, and she just like, in a very dismissive way, she talked to me about, in a condescending way, as if I'm stupid. Like she just explained it like very quickly, and she's like, "Do you need anything else?" Like just in a tone that sounded to me like she was saying, "Just leave." So after that, I stopped coming to her office. I was very distraught by the way I was treated, and I felt uncomfortable talking to her after that and coming to class.
You know, well, I just remembered that after, this was in, I think it was second year of uni, I spoke to one of the girls. I remember that she said that she was sorry, right? But at the same time, even though I felt some satisfaction at that time, a little bit later I was like, well, at the end of the day, her life is still going to be the same. It's not going to make a difference to her, but in mine it did leave a lasting impact. But at the same time, I really can't blame them anymore, like any of the girls or guys, because I'd like to think that they're just not good people, really. I mean, they could be nice people, but I can't control the way they behave with other people. Who knows if something like this might happen with someone else? We don't know. But yeah, they're not very nice people in my opinion. So I can't control that. So I think that is also partially why I'm annoyed, because people like that exist. Because I know I'm not the only person that went through this, because you're filming this. We know that there's a lot of people who went through something similar. So it annoys me on a bigger scale, I think. It goes beyond them into people like them, into all people, because we know that people are capable of doing something like this and not even care about the consequences.
I've never been treated this way by a professor, and the most shocking part is if this was someone my age, like another student, I would be like, okay, this person is just as immature, and maybe I kind of understand their mentality, but this is a person who is hired to help me, support me in my classes, and it's not like I didn't make an effort to work in this class. I did make an effort, and she just dismissed me, and not just, it wasn't just disinterest, she was even like obviously rude. I always blamed myself. I felt very upset. I felt like I was trash while sitting in her class because of the way she would glare at me, and it was just very hurtful. If you'd ask all my friends, they know about the story because I've cried about it many times. And at the end, I left that class with an F. It was the first F I've ever gotten, and I'm still very upset about it.
One day I literally got out of bed, I'm like, I can't do it anymore, I'm not gonna do it. I refuse to be someone else's toy, basically, you know, they're playing a mind game, aren't they? So I was like, I can't do it anymore, I'm out, you know? So I started doing my own thing. I would hang out with a very supportive, amazing group of friends outside of school. They really helped me a lot. How I grew from that experience was that with the help of a lot of people a lot of friends that I gained after this, I was able to really help myself focus on myself a little bit, because I realized what I was doing is that I was trying to help everyone around me first before I could get to myself. So I neglected myself a lot, and that reflected on the way I looked, the way I talked, the way I held myself, the way everything basically. So after that, I realized that taking care of myself and my mental health and my just everything, basically, it was very crucial to me being able to live on and be happy eventually.
Everyone else does a lot better than me, even in classes that are like my major courses where I would feel confident, but I don't. Like, her voice still chases me to this day about how I'm not worthy. No matter how old a person is, no matter how much life experience they have, how well educated they are, how mature they might seem, you can't really trust them, because this kind of violent and cruel behavior exists within any person. And because of that, I even still have trust issues with people, where even my professors, even if someone's like overly nice to me, I'm like, I don't know what they might do in the future. So I think that what I really learned is how to trust people, and that there are many terrible people out there who could go against you, even if you haven't done anything wrong, because, you know, the world is not fair.
We started taking even more advantage of this guy, and we're getting even more aggressive. And once we're not playing, we're in the football pitch, and things went really bad, and they broke his arm. So at that point, the whole group felt really afraid of that. And the next day he came back to school with a broken arm, where I felt really sad about that, and I thought, why are we doing this? I could be in his place. So there were where we thought of, like where I thought that we should stop these things. And after that, I focused more on school, and I came back to my parents and told them the truth about what happened. And then where they decided to put me like to go and practice karate, where I learned how to be more disciplined, to respect others, and to know when to use my strength and where to use it. So that's how I went out of that group, and I tried building relationships with different people to have the same qualities.
We all have daily struggles. No matter what your struggles are, don't be afraid to speak up. It's important to understand that you're not the only one going through this. Whether you're being bullied, having social anxiety, or anything that may be an obstacle, help is always around the corner. Share your voice, your story, and stand up for yourself.